World War II was a global conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation. It involved more than 100 million people from over 30 countries, making it one of the most widespread wars in history. The war lasted from 1939 to 1945, and its impact was felt in every corner of the globe. It was a war fought not only on land, sea, and air, but also in the hearts and minds of those who lived through it. The battles raged across continents, from the deserts of North Africa to the jungles of Southeast Asia, and from the icy waters of the North Atlantic to the skies over Europe. But the conflict extended beyond the visible battlefields. It was also waged in the shadowy world of intelligence and code breaking, where secret messages and covert operations played a crucial role in the outcome of the war. The efforts of these behind-the-scenes warriors were just as vital as those on the front lines. While the names of generals and political leaders are etched in history books, their strategies and decisions often overshadow the contributions of countless individuals who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. These unsung heroes, whose names may never be known, were the backbone of the war effort. The contributions of these individuals remain largely unknown, yet their work was indispensable. From logistics and supply chain management to medical support and communications, these men and women ensured that the fighting forces had everything they needed to succeed. These unsung heroes, often working behind the scenes, played pivotal roles in securing victory for the Allied forces. Their dedication and hard work were the foundation upon which the success of the military campaigns was built. Without their efforts, the outcome of the war could have been very different. Among these were the Navajo Code Talkers, a group of young men who used their native language to create an unbreakable code, forever changing the course of the war. Their unique skills and cultural heritage became a secret weapon that the enemy could not crack. These were not soldiers in the traditional sense. They did not carry rifles or march into battle. Instead, they carried the weight of their people's language and traditions, using them as tools of war. They were not trained to charge into battle or operate heavy artillery. Their training was in the art of communication, using their native tongue to convey messages that were vital to the success of military operations. Instead, they were masters of their native tongue, the Navajo language, a complex and nuanced language unknown to most of the world. This language, with its intricate grammar and unique sounds, became the foundation of a code that the enemy could not break. Their mission was to transmit vital military information in the heat of battle, ensuring that enemy forces could not decipher the messages. This allowed the Allied forces to coordinate their movements and strategies with a level of security that was previously unattainable. Their courage, ingenuity, and unwavering dedication to their country make their story one of the most remarkable and inspiring chapters of World War II. The legacy of the Navajo Code Talkers is a testament to the power of cultural heritage and the unbreakable spirit of those who fight for freedom. Their contributions remind us that heroes come in many forms, and their stories deserve to be told and remembered for generations to come. The story of the Navajo Code Talkers begins in the heartland of America, in the vast Navajo Nation that sprawled across parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. This land, with its rugged beauty and rich cultural heritage, has been home to the Navajo people for centuries. The landscape, with its red rock formations and expansive deserts, holds the history and stories of a resilient people. Life on the reservation was harsh, with limited economic opportunities and the enduring legacy of forced assimilation policies. The Navajo people faced numerous challenges, from economic hardships to the pressures of cultural assimilation. Government policies aimed at eradicating their traditional way of life left deep scars, but the Navajo spirit remained unbroken. Yet, the Navajo people held onto their traditions, their language, and their strong sense of community. Traditional ceremonies and gatherings were a testament to their enduring culture. The Navajo language, rich and complex, was passed down through generations, serving as a vital link to their heritage and identity. When the news of the attack on Pearl Harbor reached the reservation, a wave of patriotism surged through the Navajo people. The shock and outrage felt across the nation resonated deeply within the Navajo community. They felt a profound sense of duty to protect their homeland and their way of life. Many young Navajo men, eager to serve their country, enlisted in the armed forces. They saw this as a chance to prove their loyalty and valor. These brave individuals left their homes and families, driven by a sense of purpose and a desire to contribute to the war effort. They saw military service not only as a patriotic duty, but also as an opportunity to escape the poverty and discrimination they faced back home. The military offered a new path, one that promised adventure, honor, and a break from the hardships of reservation life. Training camps became places of transformation, where young Navajo men honed their skills and prepared for the challenges ahead. Little did they know that their unique cultural heritage, particularly their language, would become a strategic asset in the fight against the Axis powers. The Navajo language, with its intricate structure and lack of written form, was a code that the enemy could not decipher. This linguistic treasure, once seen as a barrier, now became a powerful tool in the hands of the U.S. military. The U.S. Marines were particularly interested in the Navajo language. They recognized its potential for secure communication. The complexity and uniqueness of the language made it an ideal candidate for developing an unbreakable code. The Marines began to study and understand the nuances of Navajo, realizing its value in the war effort. They had been using Native American languages for secure communication since World War I, and the complex and unwritten nature of the Navajo language made it an ideal candidate for code development. The success of previous code talkers from other tribes had already proven the effectiveness of this strategy. The Navajo Code Talkers would soon become an integral part of the U.S. military's communication system, playing a crucial role in the success of many operations during World War II. The Navajo language, with its complex tonal structure and lack of a written alphabet, presented a formidable challenge to anyone unfamiliar with it. Linguists considered it one of the most difficult languages in the world to learn. This complexity, however, was precisely what made it so valuable to the U.S. military. The code that the Navajo Code Talkers developed was not a simple substitution cipher, where one word was replaced with another. Instead, they created a system where Navajo words represented military terms and concepts. For example, the Navajo word for turtle represented a tank, while hummingbird stood for a fighter plane. The code also incorporated Navajo cultural concepts and traditional stories, adding another layer of complexity. This ingenious system allowed the code talkers to transmit messages quickly and accurately, even in the heat of battle. What's more, the code was so effective that it is believed to have never been broken by the enemy. The first group of Navajo recruits underwent rigorous training at Camp Pendleton in California. This training was not just a simple boot camp. It was an intense and comprehensive program designed to prepare them for the unique role they would play in the war. They were tasked with not only memorizing the code, but also with developing procedures for its use in combat situations. This involved creating a complex system of words and phrases that could be quickly and accurately transmitted under the stress of battle. They drilled relentlessly, practicing their code transmission skills until they could send and receive messages with speed and accuracy. The training included using radios and other communication devices, ensuring they were proficient in all aspects of their duties. The training was physically and mentally demanding, but the Navajo recruits persevered, driven by their patriotism and a strong sense of duty. They faced long hours, harsh conditions, and the constant pressure to perform at their best. Their hard work and dedication paid off, and soon they were deemed ready for deployment to the Pacific Theater. This was a significant milestone, as they were now prepared to put their skills to the ultimate test in real combat situations. The Pacific Theater presented unique challenges for communication. The vast distances between islands, the dense jungle terrain, and the constant threat of enemy interception made reliable communication essential for the success of military operations. The vast distances between islands, the dense jungle terrain, and the constant threat of enemy interception made reliable communication essential for the success of military operations. The code talkers had to ensure that their messages were clear and could not be deciphered by the enemy. The Navajo Code Talkers, with their unbreakable code, proved to be an invaluable asset to the U.S. Marines. Their ability to send secure messages quickly and accurately gave the Marines a significant advantage in the field. They were assigned to Marine units and fought alongside their fellow Marines in some of the most brutal battles of the war. Their presence was not just a tactical advantage, but also a morale booster for the troops, knowing they had such a reliable and secure means of communication. The contributions of the Navajo Code Talkers were eventually recognized with numerous commendations and awards. Their efforts played a crucial role in many victories, and their legacy continues to be honored to this day. Today, the legacy of the Navajo Code Talkers is remembered and celebrated through various memorials and veteran ceremonies. Their story is a testament to the power of innovation, bravery, and the unbreakable spirit of those who serve. The families and descendants of the Code Talkers continue to share their stories, ensuring that future generations understand the vital role these brave individuals played in securing freedom and peace. The impact of the Navajo Code Talkers extends beyond their time in service. Their work has inspired advancements in military communication and encryption, influencing how secure communications are handled in modern warfare. Their legacy has also permeated popular culture, with numerous books, movies, and documentaries highlighting their incredible contributions. The story of the Navajo Code Talkers continues to inspire and educate people around the world.